And hello, Julia.
Hi, Christine.
Welcome to Quick and Dirty Tips for Improving Your English.
Absolutely. And what's the topic for today, Christine?
The topic today, Julia, today we're going to talk about grammar, one of our favorite topics.
Ooh.
I know.
My favorite topic.
I know.
I love grammar.
Right.
No, not really.
No, you need it.
So what's your first question?
My first question is, how important, Julia, do you think grammar is for our
I can't really
language learning?
say. I think it really depends on a lot of different things. So I have some participants sort of between B1 and B2, and they come to me and I ask them about grammar. How important is grammar to you? And then if they say to me, oh, grammar, I hated grammar at school. I can't stand grammar. And I say to them, well, we don't have to do grammar. I mean, it's adult education. So they can decide if they want to improve their grammar or not. And then again, there are sort of situations where I would say, yes, it might be important. For example, if someone has to set up contracts or write official letters or tenders or something like that, then I would definitely also look at the grammar. And of course, if I have a client who says, I really want to improve my grammar because I feel very confident, I have a big range of vocabulary, then by all means, let's do grammar. Yeah.
I find that a bit, I have a different experience, Julia.
Okay.
I find a lot of people come, or, when I've started working with them, and they always think it's grammar and vocabulary they need.
Yeah.
Right. So they always think, I need to improve my grammar.
Yes.
And often it's not the case, or I think that they place too much emphasis on the grammar, right?
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. I mean, I've also had participants come to me and say, oh, my grammar is so bad. And please interrupt me if my grammar is incorrect.
Yes.
And then I end up not interrupting them because their grammar is actually not that bad. And then I actually need to record them so that they can listen to themselves and realize that their grammar is not as bad as they thought.
Exactly. And I think that a lot of people who think their grammar and their vocabulary is not good enough, I think it's more this, what we talked earlier, about confidence building, isn't it? It's often the confidence, that they lack confidence.
Yeah. And I think it often goes back to school. About this sort of, that it was drummed into you that you needed to do it grammatically correct.
Right, that's it.
And it comes from that. And and that they also have the feeling that they can only improve their English if they end up doing grammar. Also because their teachers used to tell them that, right?
I think that's the way that it was taught. I'm not quite sure how they do it today, but that's the way we were taught as well, wasn't it? When we were learning foreign languages.
Yeah,
so they always started with the grammar, didn't they? Sorry. Yeah, they always started with grammar, right? And you built up. And I think that we focus so much on grammar and on reading and writing that the speaking skills were, non-existent.
Yeah.
Really.
I do correct the grammar if I think that it could lead to a misunderstanding. Then I do correct it. And what I also wanted to say is that I also get my clients to listen to native speakers, for example, and they don't always speak grammatically correctly. I mean, here in Baden, where I live, if people speak Badish, you would never write German like that.
No. And I think you get, when you I remember years ago, this slogan, I'm loving it, and I thought, you get these sort of phrases.
I think it was McDonald's,
right? I think it was McDonald's, exactly. Where you thought, someone said, Christine, you said you can't do this. And I said, yeah, you're right. Normally not, but okay.
It's not received pronunciation.
It's not
where the Queen would have said
not quite acceptable grammar. Or another one I'd like to talk to you about. Have you had this? Because I don't know what it's like where you come from, Julia. It's like, I just saw someone.
Yes. Yeah.
Would that be acceptable for you?
Absolutely. It sounds completely normal.
And I would say, I have just seen.
Yes, but you know, who says that?
No, I know. Yeah, I do. I do. But it's one of those things, I think that's also the difference between American English and British English.
Yes, absolutely,
Right?
totally.
And that's something I also say, if that's, you know, I learned to say, I have just seen, I have just done something. But
Yes.
if you know, want to say it like that, it's actually makes it easier.
Yes. Yeah.
Makes it easier. You
Yeah,
don't have to learn these rules then, you know.
Exactly. And then the other thing is also, if you have been speaking grammatically incorrectly, or you have these, you know, a certain way of speaking, it's very difficult to actually get rid of those mistakes that you make, you know.
Right. I think they call that fossilization. So you are,
Fossilization,
I know it in German, you know, I know it, Julia, that, you know, there are certain things, certain phrases that, you know, I use incorrectly again and again. It just seems so difficult. I always thought maybe it's my age, but it was like that years ago.
Yeah.
You know, it was,
and of course, where there's a will, there's a way. And that's why I think the bottom line is basically, do you want to do something about it, or would you rather invest your time in learning new vocabulary?
right.
Yeah.
And improving your communication.
Exactly.
And I think that's why we got together, because we both agree it's not about just learning grammar and learning vocabulary. It's about communicating with each other clearly, isn't it?
Yeah, and you want it to be effective and you want it to work.
Exactly.
And that's the main aim.
Julia, it was lovely talking to you again.
Absolutely.
We managed it again to get together. Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
So thank you very much. I'll sign off now and say goodbye.
Absolutely. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.